this week's going well. We're correcting mistakes and preparing for, the Battle Hawks and what they do, and just focusing on attacking and being a complete offense. That's one of the things we focus on. The game obviously went well. I think for me personally and as a team, we just got to, correct some mistakes. And, we're always close to a win. We shoot ourselves in the foot a lot. But, overall this year we've been a great team. And, we just got to limit those mistakes.
Devin, thanks for coming in, overcoming the technology faux pas. I have been there, much like you, my friend. Let me ask you this: you mentioned your performance last week, and you had a couple big runs in there, got a lot of stuff going on. Because as the league closes out, like that ability, obviously you want to perform well for your team, but how much does a performance like that help you stand out at the end to let you know, hey, Devin Darrington's here and he's doing things, either be it next year for the XFL or for the higher level? How much of an opportunity was that game for you to perform like that?
Oh, it was a huge opportunity. Every game's an opportunity, but specifically, finishing out strong, showing that, you can make plays and be that guy that your team needs in critical situations is always, good. And, I just, hope that teams are watching, coaches are watching. And I just hope that, they see something special in me. And, it was important for me to have a good game. I'm just happy that, my teammates are close with each other and happy that I had a great game as well. So it's important to me and, it's important to all of us to just finish out the season well. That's one of the main things we're doing as a team and me personally as a running back, making sure that, I'm crisp, even though, we may not be in the playoffs, but, this film is still going to go to the NFL next level or, it matters XFL too, you know what I'm saying? So whatever I need to do to make sure that I'm still crisp and focused on the details, that's the biggest thing. Even in practice this week, focusing on those little details, there's always room to improve, no matter how good of a game you have, it's never perfect. So.
Yeah, it definitely was a monster performance. It was a pleasure, Devin. And with your performance there, were you a little nervous because you were the only back? Have you ever played in a game where you were the only back in the game?
I wouldn't say I've never played a game where I was the only back, to be honest. I wouldn't say I was nervous. I was just more like, dang, I need to pace myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, it's going to be, even the coaches before I got into the game, they was like, hey, you're going to have a long day. So, going into it, I was excited, more carries and things like that. So, more opportunities. But I also, same time, was like, I just got to really pace myself. And, not give half effort when I say that. I just mean like, control my breathing and be smart and, just pace myself throughout the game and take more, drink more water than I normally do. What I'm saying? Hydrate before the game. Not that I don't, but, being the only back, you kind of got to make sure you prepare before the game.
I think Jeff is on mute.
No, he's not on mute. It's his audio there. Well, while Jeff sets up, let me go ahead and ask you this, Devin. Going throughout the year, you guys have obviously had great improvements. You brought in guys that can make a difference, all over the ball. New players, new acquisitions, guys coming on, making big impacts. All of it. From your perspective, where you sit, what's been the offense's biggest improvement throughout the year going into this final week of the regular season?
Definitely just being a complete offense, being able to run the ball and throw. I think, in the beginning, our run game was kind of limited. And, now that we throwing the run game in and, like you said, we got extra weapons, like JT out there catching the ball over dudes, you know what I'm saying? It opens up things for your offense, allows you to do different things. So, just like you said, bringing in new guys and already completing what we already had, building on that. Ended up working out perfectly and just becoming a, balanced team.
Yeah, one thing I did see was some great pictures of not only to watch the game, but I saw some great photos of it. I saw where Brett and the offensive line did do a great job, giving you a lot of opportunities to find some holes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, credit to those boys, man. Always credit to them. They always open up the holes. And, those guys and Coach Wag, they do a great job every week, making sure that everybody understands their assignment and where the hole's supposed to hit. And, even sometimes when the hole is, not there, what I'm saying? It's always, something that those boys opening up for me. So I'm very appreciative of them. They work their butts off, and there's not a lot of them. So just like me, they have to be prepared for the game, and just same way I was saying, what I'm saying, full game, I'm the only one. A lot for them guys, it's the same deal. So I really respect them, and I thank them for opening up the holes for me.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, yes sir, I can hear you.
Oh yeah, perfect. Jeff Barnes, Team of BS Media. I had the good fortune of scouting you when you were at Harvard, so I got to see you before you got there, and I made sure I said Harvard right.
Yeah.
So, you started the season injured. You got to come in later on. How fulfilling is it that when you finally get back to the field, you have the success that you believe that you could always have?
Oh yeah, very fulfilling. I've been working very hard. So when I had got injured, a little, minor hamstring thing, I was like, not this, what I'm saying? I've been working so hard and got a lot to prove, and I just couldn't wait to show everybody what I could do. And then that happened. And, I think, God has a strange way of, showing things. And for me, that was just another thing to keep me going and motivated and, push me to just try to dominate the best I can. So, I knew coming in that, I had missed 3 games and I had to make up for it. So that's just what I was trying to do the whole time. And, luckily, like I said, thanks to my line and my teammates and my coaches, they put me in, the places to make big plays that, I've been training for, you know what I'm saying? Like it's what I work for off the field. So when preparation, meets opportunity, doors open up.
I'm glad Jeff brought up the Harvard thing. I mean, and his pronunciation was wicked awesome, I'm sure. But what I ask about that is, when you see football prospects, it's usually, from the SEC or any of that. What's unique about being a prospect in this question, right? What's unique about a Harvard prospect from other football players?
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, first the degree. Obviously everybody talks about that, but other than that, just being a football player in the Ivy League, I think a lot of people sleep on it. They might look now, oh, it's just a bunch of nerds playing football, but it's more than that. We got some dogs in the Ivy League. You know what I'm saying? So really, even when I play, it's good to put on for the Ivy League and Harvard, and just kind of change that narrative because a lot of people don't know that Ivy League football is still good football, good D1. So it's good. You know what I'm saying? Harvard has done me well, and I'm glad I went there. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Even having all this football, Power 5 offers, I still wouldn't change my decision for the world.
Well, that's awesome. And with you speaking on that injury thing, towards the end of the game, it seemed like they kind of rolled your ankle a little bit. Were you okay?
Oh, no. I didn't roll my ankle at all. It was I was just kind of gassed a little bit. But no. I was completely healthy. I actually the next day I wasn't really that sore, surprisingly. I only had 16 carries, so kind of wasn't as sore as I thought I was going to be. But we have pool here. We hop in the pool. Make sure I rehab my body and ready the next day, feeling good. So. But no, I wasn't. No, I didn't have any ankle injury or anything like that.
Yeah, I only asked because you were a little slow to get up towards that when I guess the 2 guys tackled you. I was like, oh man, did he hurt something?
Oh, you on the catch? You talking about on the catch on that one?
There was one play where I guess it was like a shorter run where it seemed like 2 guys one guy was on top of you, the other guy was a little bit on your ankle a little bit, and I was like, oh, and it just made me nervous because you were the only back there.
Oh no, I was good, man. That adrenaline be pumping. I don't feel nothing.
So I got to ask, from your perspective, got the big 69-yard conversion there on the fake punt by Mac Jones there. What do you think of that from your perspective there, pulling that play off?
I knew we were gonna run it because we was practicing it all week, and I didn't know that we were gonna call it right there, but luckily with KD's speed, what I'm saying, he had a guy on him, but luckily he's that guy's blazing fast, so he was able to beat him, and a good throw, crazy good throw. So it was just a good play that got the team hype, and one of those things that we were just all happy to see, you know, a play that we've been practicing all week. And, you know, you always talk about running the trick plays, and a lot of people, you just don't end up running it. But, you know, we ran it and it worked. So we were happy to see that.
I like the Freudian slip from Kyle there, calling him Mac Jones.
Right. Yeah, right.
From your time ending at Harvard to this season, what do you feel you've improved upon the most as a runner?
I definitely think for me, and you know, still working on it. You know, always working, but just patience and just being patient. Really, you know, getting the ball, and just waiting there for everything to develop and just hitting the whole full speed. But you know, really just patience and you know, footwork and speed. You know, I've always had that strength. I've always had that. So for me, it was just more of, you know, and also working on, you know, hands and things like that, and you know, routes and blocking too. Just working on those and still continue to work on those. You know, you're never perfect in those areas either. But for me, just being a complete back that can do it all. You know, give nobody any reasons to deny me. So just working on being a complete back. You know, running the ball, catching the ball, blocking. So for me, just working on everything really.
Lots of talk about Devin's time at Harvard, but let's not sell his year at Virginia short either. Don't forget that. He's got Power 5 experience as well.
Oh yeah, Wahoo Wah, baby. Wahoo Wah. Yeah, I had a great time in Virginia. They you know, even though I was only there for a year, you know, I made a lot of great memories and a lot of good friends. And you know, that was a good experience for me. And I think, again, God put me in that situation for me to grow and just become a better running back. And I was thankful for that experience, and I think it helped me, you know, just be better and excel here in the XFL.
Couple more for Devin if you got him. We've got Jose coming as well.
Yeah, and one thing that you definitely did excel at was really the holding on to the ball. The only thing that separated really, I think, this game and the last game was holding on to the rock. Talk about that attribute.
Oh yeah. You know that Seattle game, you know, it was a good game like this one, but you know, at the end just coughed the ball up, trying to make something out of nothing, and should have just went down. And this game really just, since that game, just focusing on because I remember I told y'all that was like my first fumble of my career. Like I don't really fumble like that, so that kind of bugged me out a lot. And you know, even in practice, just always keeping it in my head. So really just holding on to the rock, and you know, trying to always cover the ball with two hands when in traffic. And yeah, so just improving on that area as well.
And do you still stay connected to both of the universities now that you graduated?
Oh yeah, I do. Of course I do. You know, I of course I got friends on both, and you know, coaches that, you know, even though they might bounce around and move around, we all stay in touch. And you know, I always go back to Harvard for Harvard Yale. You know, that's always a good experience, good game. And you know, I'm also a member of the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, so I got guys there in both schools, and so it's always a good time to come back and talk to those guys and see those guys. So I definitely stay connected with both universities.
One more if you got it for Devin. Otherwise, we got to get Jose in here. You guys good? Awesome.
Yeah.
Devin, thank you for your time, buddy.
Oh no, of course,
Devin.
appreciate y'all. Of course, anytime. Thank y'all.
You're
Good to
very
see y'all.
welcome. Continue
Good luck
success.
this weekend.
That's right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Best wishes.
Yes, sir. Stand guard.
All right.
All right. See y'all.
Take it out.